Okay, Bismillah. Okay, folks, welcome back. We are looking at exercise 1 today, chapter 9 on ratios on the basic skills book. Okay, let's start our timer too. Okay, that's lovely. So let's have a look at this exercise here. Exercise 1. So what we're going to do, inshallah, I'm going to do a little bit cutting. Okay. Right, copy. All right, give me a second. Okay, here we go. Simplify the following ratios. Ratios, think of ratios like when you have a mixture of something. Say, for example, you are mixing sand and cement to make concrete. You will have so many bags of sand to so many bags of cement. That's called a ratio. That's your mixture. So, for example, that could be a ratio of 1:4 of sand, okay, to cement. That will make concrete. Okay, so for example, you're mixing a drink, so we have ratio. So you're mixing Ribena. If you're mixing Ribena, you put 1 part of Ribena in the bottom and you put 10 parts of water. So that's telling you how much of each thing compares to each other thing. That's what our ratio is. So when you say simplify the following ratios, what they are talking about in this particular lesson is cancelling down what we've been practicing previously in our fractions lesson. So let's get rid of these examples for the moment. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the first example. So we have 3:6. So 3:6 now. In order for us to cancel this down, we need to divide by the highest common factor, the biggest number that it divides into. So this is like before when we were doing fractions and we had, for example, 3/6. And I said we need to cancel it down. It's exactly the same, but rather than being this way, the question is that way. Okay, so can we have please Ibi? Ibi, my relative, can you please switch on your microphone and help us do this question, please? Right, I'm gonna rub off, so keep that in mind. So this is what we've been doing before, and it's gonna be similar to that. Okay, Ibi? Okay, right, so Ibi, so 3:6. Can you explain to the class, please, what is the highest common factor of 3 and 6, and how can we simplify this?
The highest common factor is 6.
Okay, now the highest common factor is the number that they'll both divide into. Now remember, 6 is a factor, so the factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6, and the factors of 3 are 1 and 3. So your highest common factor won't be 6. It is the highest factor for 6, but it's not the highest common factor. So what's the highest common factor now that you can see them both?
3.
Yes, 3. There you go. That's it. That's better. So the 3 is the biggest number that they will divide by. So let's go for the division then. So I divide this side by 3, then I divide that side by 3. So we have 3/3 and 6/3. So what does that give us then, Ibi?
That gives us.
So 3 divided by 3 is?
3 divided by 3 is 1.
And 6 divided by 3 is?
2.
Fantastic. That's it. Now remember, we're not supposed to be getting decimal answers and answers or other fractional answers. The whole idea is divided, so we get nice whole numbers. Okay, thank you for that, Ibi. You can put your microphone back on mute now. Okay, right. Anam, unmute yourself, please. Let's have a go at another question. So, mashallah, that was well done, Ibi there. So, Ibi's done this one. So, for Anam, we're going to choose, inshallah, this one here. So, Anam, the next question is yours. We have 4:10. So, Anam, what's the highest common? First of all, what are the factors of 4?
The factors of 4 are
1,
1 and 1,
2,
2,
and
4.
So them are the numbers that 4 will divide by. Okay, now what are the factors of 10? Do this one by yourself. 1,
1,
Keep on going.
2,
Good. Keep on going.
5,
And the last one is?
5.
And what's the last one? One more.
Oh, 10.
Fantastic.
No.
10 is right. That's lovely.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Right. Give me one moment. Right. Okay. Give me one moment. We got,
Recording whenever.
yeah, it's recording now. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we're saying that the highest common factor was 2. So we're going to divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. And what's 10 divided by 2?
10 divided by 2 is 5.
Fantastic. What a lovely answer there. Well done. Thank you for that, Anam. You can put yourself back on the mute now. Okay, right. Let's have Hashim now, our guest here. Hashim, please, can you come back in? Just your audio, please.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum, Hashim. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, let me highlight a question for you to do for the class, please. Remember, you do the question for the class, not for yourself. So make it nice and clean and clear, please. Right, let me choose a nice color for you. Okay, we got 56 and 64.
All right.
Number 18. So now, rather than looking at all of the factors of 56 and all the factors of 64, does 56 and 64 sound familiar? What times tables are they in? Think. If you don't, you know your times table, it's a time table that is bigger than 6. Time table. What time tables are they both in? 64, come on, 64, yaar. Where does 64 come in time tables? Huh? 60.
Why?
Okay, Mr. Hashim.
I need to.
So 64, which times table is bigger than the 6 times table? Does 64 come in?
Okay, it's from the. It's from 8.
Alhamdulillah, I thought I was gonna get my pensioners bus pass by the time you gave me the answer. Alhamdulillah, you gave me on time, and I'll get that next year. Okay, 56 and 64, they are both in the 8 times table. So that will give us a quick way of cancelling it down now. So we divided by the number that we know will definitely go into it. So what's 66 divided by 8?
7.
Excellent. And what is 64 divided by 8?
8.
Fantastic. Done. Excellent. Thank you for that, Hashim. Well done. Okay, put your microphone back onto mute. Okay, lovely. Right. So we've had 3 examples there. Okay. Can you show me by a show of hands, please, on your, where you make the hand pop up on your name? Are we happy to do some questions by ourselves now, or do you need some more examples? Idris is happy. Aliza is happy. Anam is. Ibi is. Okay, Hashim, are you happy to do some questions by yourself? Okay. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Ibrahim, our guest, would you like me to do 1 or 2 more examples while they try the questions? So Ibrahim saying, okay, right. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more examples for Ibrahim, inshallah, and anybody else who wants me to do examples for them. The rest of you can carry on with some of the questions now. So here comes your classwork now. I would like you all to have a start over here. Okay. So the highlighted questions is the questions I want you guys to do now for classwork. And I'm going to give you all, I would say, 3 minutes starting from now. Okay, folks, so you have 3 minutes starting from now to do those questions. In the meantime, if anybody else wants to stay with me, put your hand up and I will do some more examples. Okay, put your hand up, you got the golden hand for more examples. Okay, right, let's do 1 more example. Ibrahim, Ibrahim, guest, please put your microphone on. Okay, fantastic. Ibrahim, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Come on, Ibrahim, me and you do some couple of questions together. While the rest of the class are doing those questions, me and you do some. Right, okay, let's pick a different color. So Ibrahim, let's look at this one here. Okay, 5 and 20.
Okay.
Okay, 5 and 20. So what number do you feel that will easily go into 5 and also go into 20? That's what it means by simplifying. So what number would you like me to try first, Ibrahim?
5.
Fantastic. They're both in the 5 times table. If you cancel them, what does that give us? Done. Excellent question. Okay, let's have a go at the next one over here. Okay, Ibrahim, this one here now. 4 ratio 12. What's the biggest number that 4 and 12 will go into?
4. I mean, yeah, 4.
Absolutely right, 4. That'll give you one. Oh yeah, where's he? That'll give you 1 ratio 3. Okay, fantastic. Okay, Ibrahim, you can mute yourself and have a go at those questions now, please, for me, please.
Thank you for the booster class.
No problem at all. You're welcome. Okay, now I just had a message from one of my students. Give me a second. Oops, you can stop recording actually. Resume recording. Okay, resume recording. Okay, lovely. Right, so let's quickly go through those questions nice and quickly. So we got here now 3 ratio 15, 42 ratio 49. Let's do a few of them. We got 25 ratio 30, 35 ratio 42. We got 16 ratio 24. We got 25 ratio 20. Okay, let's look at those 6 for the meantime. Okay, we need a brave person, right? Let's have a look. Who's brave in our? Okay, by the way, I was just thinking, today is our year 5. Why isn't it money in the lesson? Okay. Okay, right. Ibrahim, yes. Let's have okay, let's have Idris. Idris, unmute yourself and help me with these questions, please. Go.
Because it says 3 ratio 15, it would be divided by 3, so it's going to be 1 to 5.
Beautiful. And the next one, 42, 49.
It would divide by 7.
Okay, so 42 and 49, they both divide by?
7.
So divide that by 7 and divide that by 7. What's that give you?
6, 7.
Beautiful. You're on a rolling, man. Okay, and what about this one here?
35 to 42, the highest common factor is 7, so you have to do 35 divided by 7 and 42 divided by 7, which is 5 to 6.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Idris. Let's pick somebody else, inshallah. Okay, let's have Ibi. Our Ibi, please. Ibi, can you unmute yourself, please? That's Ibi. Go on, Ibi, go. This one here, please.
25 to 8.
Yeah.
So they both get divided by 5.
Because 5 is the highest common factor. Okay, what's that give us then?
Wait. 5, 4.
That'll
5,
give you 5, 6. Yeah?
Wait. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Yes, 5.
Look at the wrong one. Okay, the next one, 16 to 24. Do that one as well, please.
16 to 24. So they both get divided by 8.
Fantastic. Highest common factor 8. So divide that by 8. Divide that by 8. What's that give us?
2 ratio 3.
Fantastic. Okay, beautiful answers there. And the last one, please finish it up for me, please. 25, 20.
25, 20. So you divide it by 5.
Yeah.
And then you get 5 ratio 4.
5 ratio 4. Okay, folks, those questions that I've just done now, please check off your answers. Check that you've got those answers. Yeah. I know I haven't done all the questions, but we'll do the best we can, inshallah. Okay, lovely. That's a fantastic starting there. Now, if I go back to the original questions, I've got some over here which are triple. Let's have a quick go at those now. Let me pick some now from here. Okay, let me pick some big ones here. This one. Okay. Why has it still got that one? Delete that one. Okay, let's have a go. Where's it gone? Let's pick it from here. Copy. That's better. Okay, so we got some triple and quadruple ones. Okay, let's have a Mr. Hashim, please, our other guest today. Hashim, put your
Hello.
mic, Okay, Mr. Hashim, right. Let's pick up some of these like big number ones. Let's see if you can help us to understand these ones first, please. Let's
Don't
start.
worry.
Let's start off with question number 30, please. So,
5,000 to 7,500.
okay, so what would be the what would you cancel it by?
You would cancel it by 250.
Okay, what about 2,500? Would that be better?
Yeah, you could do that.
So if we cancel it by 2,500, that will cancel it quicker.
Yep.
So go on then. So finish it up for me then.
It's 2 ratio 3.
So that'll give you 2 and that'll give you 3. Okay. Now, Hashim, let's do a more manual hands-on method. I know you gave me a nice number straight away. Let's say, for example, we didn't know that number. How could we do manually? So give me like a technique for doing it like quickly. So for example, divide by 10, divide by 10. Divide by 10, divide by 10.
Yeah.
So we're left with?
We're left with 50 and 75.
And now, is that nicer number to deal with? Yes?
Yeah.
So then you divide that by 25 and divide that by 25.
Yeah, and then you get your answers.
Exactly the same answer. It's slightly longer, but it's a nice, quick, easy to do method. Okay, Hashim, what do we do with a question like number 35? So this is the one here. So we got a nice long question. So how would we deal with a question that's so big? I mean, is that going to be harder or is it just as easy? What do we do with that question?
It's just as easy. Okay.
It's
divided by 10.
Okay, each one.
Divided by 10. Okay, and now the thing is 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. Done.
Fantastic. That's lovely. Okay, that's good. Okay.
I mute myself.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Right, so exercise 1, we've kind of done that. We've done examples, we've done questions, we've done the harder ones. Right, let's move on to exercise 2, which is the one I want you to concentrate on now. So exercise 2, everybody look at exercise 2, please, for me. Okay, and I'm gonna take some questions out from here and then we're gonna, okay, right, yeah, we've had a student joining in now. Okay, give me a second while I pause the video. Okay, all right, folks, now we're looking at exercise 2 now. So we're looking at exercise 2 and we're doing simplifying again, but this time we got different units in them. So what's important is that when we simplifying these kind of questions, we don't get caught out. We have to make the units the same. Let's write that note down. Okay, so we must make the units the same. First, before starting the question. Okay, before starting the question. That's important. So let's have a look. What do we mean by that? So I'm going to pick the first question now. I'm going to cut that out again. Okay, copy that, and I'm going to put it over here. Okay. Right, let's have the first question. Right. So I need one volunteer. Okay, let's have let's have Madam Eliza. Eliza, please unmute yourself if you can and join me in question number 2 for the class.
So first you have to find out how many kilometers and how many.
Okay, Eliza, before you start, let's have a look. What are the current units in the question?
500 centimeters and 1 kilometer.
Okay, so we're talking about centimeters and kilometers now. We need to think of some kind of halfway house. Either we change centimeters to kilometers or kilometers to centimeters, or we change both of those into one other thing. So let's just discuss this now between me and you. So what do you think we should change them into, which would be a mutual platform for us to then cancel the ratio? So 1 centimeters, 1's in kilometers. Which one shall we change into what? Remember, you don't want to have decimal answers, and so you don't. So, if, for example, if you change centimeters into kilometers, you would get a really big decimal or a fraction answer, and that's not going to help us. So you don't want to go that way. So which unit should we change them into as a mutual unit?
Centimeters.
You could change them both into centimeters, or you could change them both into
meters.
Into meters. Okay, so let's have a go at changing them into meters. So how do we change centimeters into meters, Lisa?
In 1 meter, 100 centimeters, so you have to do 500 divided by 100, which is 5 meters.
Beautiful answer.
And
That's a
then
fantastic answer. Next.
1 kilometer equals 1,000 kilometers.
1,000 meters, yeah?
So then you have to divide that by, times it by 1,000, which is 1,000. So it'll be 5 meters for every 1,000 meters. So you could divide it by 5.
Yeah, stop there for a moment. Okay, class. So this is a class where we need you to think about everybody in the class. Look at that question. So we were talking about centimeters and kilometers. You can you don't want to change the centimeters into kilometers because that'll give you like a fractional answer and that won't help us. So you have to think centimeters, kilometers. Why don't we change them both into meters? Centimeters can easily change to meters. Kilometers can easily change to meters. So you got to have a thought process. What do I change them into? So once you decided, sometimes you only have to do calculation on one side. Sometimes it's on the other side. Sometimes it's on both sides, like today, like what we do in that example. So you gotta be able to be flexible with the question. So far we've got. Thank you for Elisa. She's managed to get us 5 meters ratio 1,000 meters. Now I'm happy to move on and actually do the question. Before I couldn't do the question because they're talking about different things, centimeters and kilometers. Now they're both meters. That's where we want it to be. So Elisa, come back in, please. Now that we got the question now in a balance, how do we cancel it down? What is the highest common factor of 5 and 1,000?
5, so you have to do 5 divided by 5, which is 1. So it'd be 1 meter for every, and then for 1,000, you have to do, divide that by 5, which is 200. And then that's the answer.
Fantastic. Okay, Elisa, thank you very much for that. That was a fantastic demonstration and explanation. And that's will be in your video for when you go back at home, when you're back at home and you want to look at it. Thank you for that. Okay, thank you for that example. Okay, Lisa, you can mute yourself back up. Thank you very much. Okay, right, let's have a look at another question. So we've done kilometers and meters, we've done kilometers and meters one. Okay, right, let's have Hashim. Let me choose a different question this time. I want to go for this question here. Okay, so let's cut that question out. Okay, copy that question, park it over here, paste the question. Okay, so Mr. Hashim, is your audio on?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Hashim. Right, there's the question right in front of you. We got 75 pence, ratio 1 pound, 2 different units. So what units shall I change them both into?
I think you should change them both into pence.
Beautiful answer. Fantastic. Now, if you say both of them into pence, one's already into pence, can I just leave that alone then?
Huh?
Yeah, one's already pence, can I just leave that alone then, 75p?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you please explain to the class, how do we change a pound into pence?
All right. The way you taught me was you get your decimal, then you move 2 places backwards. Then the decimal's gone, and now you have 100p. That makes it into 100p, and then you could divide.
Okay, stop there for a moment. That's it. Let's just stop and have a pause. Okay, class, the rest of you who are watching this video, okay, 75p stays as 75p. 1 pound gets changed, like Hashim just said. We change a pound into pence by multiplying by 100. He didn't say multiply by 100, but that's why he was describing through the process. So every pound is changed into pence, you times it by 100. We've done that. So let's everybody stop there for a moment. Look at what we have. We have 75p and we have ratio 100p. So you get 2 thumbs up from me. That's good. Pence and pence, they're both the same unit. Now we can go forward and actually do the question. We can cancel now. Go, Hashim. What do we do next?
The only ones they can divide, both of them can divide to, is 25p.
That's the highest common factor, yeah?
Yeah, highest common factor is 25p. And then if we put 25p to 75, it's going to be 3. And then 25p to 100 is going to be 4. So then, therefore, your answer is 3 to 4.
Yeah,
3 ratio 4.
Okay, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for that, Hashim. You've done that question completely with a proper math as a mathematician. Thank you. Okay, folks, right. So let's have a look at how many examples we've done so far. We've done two examples. Okay, put your hands up on your next to your names, a little golden hand. If you need me to do any more examples, or do you feel like you're in a tiger mode and you want to go for the questions now? Put your hands up if you need me to do any more examples. Put your hand up only if you want more examples. Okay, so Ayan would like more examples. Idris would like another example. Okay, Anam, that's fine. Okay, we got enough people to, let's do another example. Let's do another example. Okie dokie, let's have a look. Okay, right, okay. I'm gonna pick another one. So we've done pence, we've done kilometers and meters. Let's do one with the kilograms in it this time. Right, let me grab a question. Copy. Okay, right, 6 kilograms to 60 grams. Let's have Mr. Mani. Okay, Mani, can you put your microphone on, please? Just your microphone, don't switch your video on because we're still recording. So, Mani, put your microphone on, please. Do you reckon you can help me with question number 5?
Yeah.
Go for it, young man. Yes, nice and slowly, explain to us the steps. Go. So we got kilograms and we got grams. So what should we change them both into?
Into
Okay. What should we change?
decimal point.
No, you can't change decimal points. You got to think about what units. So we got grams and we got kilograms. Which one should we change them both into? Got to choose one.
Grams.
Fantastic. What a beautiful solution there. Grams. So we can copy this one down because that's already in grams. Now, here comes the question now. How do we change 6 kilograms into grams? What do we do there?
You need to see how much 60 grams going to 60.
No. I want you to change 6 kilograms into grams for me, please. What's the process for changing a kilogram into grams?
100. Okay, then that's it.
So what do you do?
Times it by 100.
Times it by 100.
Are you sure you times it by 100?
1,000.
You times it by 1,000 because in each kilogram you have 1,000 grams. So you times it by 1,000. So 6 times by 1,000 is?
6,000.
Fantastic. And I want you to just stop there for a moment. Don't say they want a whole class to look at that. Now we've got to the stage where we can actually do the question. So Mani has got us to grams and grams, and that's lovely. Now we got grams and grams. The units are the same. We can now cancel. Okay, Mani, I'm going to rub off these lines here because they shouldn't be there. Right, let's finish the question off now. I want you to start cancelling now. What shall I cancel by? What can I cancel by as well? So you got both of them on the 10 times table, giving you a clue. What can we divide them by straight away first?
You can divide it by 1,000 and 100.
Okay, give me one number. You give me 2 numbers. What can I divide them by?
1,000.
You can't divide them both by 1,000. 60 won't divide by 1,000. They become a decimal. What can they both divide by?
10.
Fantastic. That's better. So you divide that by 10. Divide that by 10. So that gives you 600 grams and 6 grams. Fantastic. Now carry on going. What can we cancel it again by now? What's the next cancelling?
5.
Okay, 6 won't divide by 5, Mani.
6 1 divided by
You got 6 here. I'll give you a clue. There's a 6 here and the 6 here. What can you divide them both by?
3.
By 6. You're choosing smaller numbers. You try to choose the biggest number that you can. 3 isn't wrong, but it's a smaller number than the bigger number. The number 6 and the number 600 will both divide by 6. Okay, so Mani, what is 600 divided by 6 then?
600 divided by 6.
Yeah? Is? So 600 divided by 6 will give us what?
100.
And 6 divided by 6 will give us what?
1.
1. There you go. The question's finished. Okay, for these questions here now, you need to make sure that the units are the same. Okay, that's the important part. Okay, make sure you got these examples down. I will be sending your parents my master class notes, but that doesn't excuse anybody from not having the personal note. You should be writing all the stuff down as we go along. Okay, so we've done 3 examples now. I'm going to give you some time now. We've got 7.5 minutes left before we come to our break time, 15-minute break. So what I would like to do now, I'm going to give you everybody in the class some questions to do, and then if anybody needs more examples, I'll spend some time with them doing more examples. So give me a second. I need to add another page into that as well. I think I'm there. All right, let's add another page. Okay, that's good. Right, let's get our rubber. Let's see if I can rub that out. Can I rub that? No, I can't rub that out. Okay, right. For the classwork now, for everybody to practice in the next few minutes, I would like everybody to have a go at the pink questions. This one. I think the 6 kilogram and the 60 gram, we would have done that one. Okay, we have, oops, wrong color. Okay. This one. And that one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and that one for good measure. Okay, folks, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions to do. You can circle them on your little booklets if you got them printed out, or you can quickly jot them down because I will need to move the screen around. Please make sure that you have those pink or whatever color they are, pink, purpley color questions written out quickly somewhere on a piece of paper and some space to do your working out, because I will be spending some bit more time with anybody to do some more examples. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds to copy out those questions before I move the page up and down, because then you won't see them anymore. Everybody quickly copy out the highlighted questions now, please. And put your hand up on your next to your name on your video when you've done that, so that I know that I can move the page around. I want to spend a bit more time with Mr. Ibrahim Saab and with also Anam to do 1 or 2 more questions. Hashim, he's already copied it up. Hashim, if you've copied up, get started with the questions. I want full method. So if I ask you for you to show to the camera, I can see it. Go, Hashim, go. Ibi, go, get started. Ayan, go, get started. Okay, excellent. Okay, Idris, have you finished copying them down? Okay, Suli and Salia, have you copied them down? Okay, Elise has copied it down. Suli, yes, they've copied it down. Okay, fantastic. Okay, for the rest of you, you got 5 minutes left before you go for a break. Okay, now, okay, Ibrahim and Anam, please stay with me, and I'm going to do some more examples with you. Okay, right, let's just have a look at those examples. 2.5, 1,000. Okay. Okay, Anam and Ibrahim, can you undo your microphone? Mani, you can stay with me as well. Actually, all 3 of you can stay with me. Mani, Ibrahim, Guest, and Anam, please. You can unmute your microphones. We'll do this together, us 3, while everybody else gets on with those questions. Okay? Okay, Anam's ready. Mani is ready. Okay, please make sure that we only speak 1 at a time. I don't want anybody. Yes.
Can I do another example with you?
You're more than welcome, young man. Just join in. Just make sure that you listen to who I'm talking to. Okay, Idris? Fine.
Okay.
Okay, right. Idris, okay, since you're here, Idris, help me with this question. So we got kilometers, Idris, and we got meters. So what should we make them both into? So what 1 unit should we make them into?
Kilometers.
Okay, now if you make them into kilometers, you still got fractions in there. What would be a better one?
Meters.
Meters. Kilometers, actually, this one isn't wrong, but you'll have fractions and that would be a little bit harder. Okay, lovely. So we're going to keep the meters. So that one stays the same. Lovely. Now, Idris, how do I change 3.5 kilometers into meters? What do we do?
5,000.
Beautiful. Okay, what is 3.5 times by 1,000, Idris?
3,500.
3,500. Fantastic. Okay. Oops, I wrote millimeters. Meters. Okay, good. Now, Idris, if you want to do cancelling the good old style, where we start knocking off a zero, knocking off a zero, give me that method of cancelling now. So, nice, quick method. So, what can we start cancelling by, Idris?
100.
So, we can divide it by 100 straight away. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, what do we have left with now, Idris?
35 to 10.
35 to 10. Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, now I want Mani to jump in now. Mani, how do I finish off the question now? So Idris has helped us with the meters part and the cancelling by 100 part. What's the final step of the cancellation, Mani, to get to our finished answer over here? What one more cancelling do we do?
You need to divide it by 100.
You're going to divide 35 and 10 by 100.
Now you need to divide it by a number that.
Well, what's that number then? Give me that number.
5.
Fantastic. You divide it by 5. Okay, so that's our final answer then. It's all done. So 3.5 kilometers and 1,000 meters simplifies the ratio of 7:2. And if you look, when you look at your answer will also be given without units. G? Okay, are we happy with that? Ibrahim, guess. Yeah, are you happy with that explanation?
Yeah, true. Yes.
Okay, right. So that was the extra example. Now, I want everybody in the class, please, now to get back onto those highlighted questions, please. We've got another, I would say, 1.5 minutes left. So everybody have a go now, please. So everybody mute your microphones and have a go at those questions. I don't know. If anybody gets stuck, they can ask me for help. If everybody gets stuck. Recording? Okay. Okay, folks, we are live recording now. Okay. So I'm going to go through the examples, the classwork I gave you, starting with 40 grams of 1 kilogram. I have grams and kilograms. So the unit I'm going to choose to make them both into, so we don't have any decimal numbers, is grams. So we copy the grams down. So check your work that you've done for classwork. If you've got anything missing, copy this down. I need to change the kilograms into grams. So you have to remember, in each kilogram, you have 1,000 grams. So you times it by 1,000. So 1 times by 1,000 is 1,000. Now let's have a look at the units. So we have grams and grams. I'm happy, I'm ready to start the question now. The question wasn't ready before, it's ready now. So 40 to 1,000. So let's do cancelling the nice way, easy way. Divide this by 10, divide this by 10. By the way, cancel fractions down. Okay, so we left with 4 grams and 100 grams. Okay, now you might be thinking, what number divides into 4 and divides into 100? And the number is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. And 100 divided by 4 is 25. And there you go, the question's done. So 40 grams, 1 kilogram cancels down to 1 to 25. Okay, next question, £1.50 and 50p. So we have pounds and pence. I'm going to choose the pence because the £1.50 can, okay, somebody's annotated on the screen, please. Right. Please don't mark my screen. Somebody's touched there. Okay, annotate, no. Okay. Okay, give me a second. Disable participant. Okay. Okay, so somebody by mistake has touched their iPad or something, and they've written on my whiteboard. Don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll cope. Right, so I'm going to change them both into pence. Okay, because that's already 50p, that stays as 50p. £1.50 can nice and easily convert into pence by multiplying by 100. So you got 1, 2. So that'll give you 150 pence. Okay, so now both of them are pence. Good. Now you got to cancel. So we divide that by 10. Divide that by 10. That's the easiest way to cancel so far by looking at it. Then divide that by 5. Divide that by 5. So we're cancelling, cancelling, and recancelling if necessary. So that gives you a ratio of 3p to 1p. And we're done. Fantastic. Let's move on to the next two questions. I won't do all the questions. I want to move on to the next exercise, inshallah. We have 100 grams to 0.5 kilograms. So we have grams and kilograms. Kilogram being the bigger unit. So we don't want to change the grams into kilograms. That'll give us decimal. So let's have a look. We don't want to go to, okay, so we'll change everything into grams. So my selected unit is grams. So the 100 stays as 100 because I'm choosing the grams. To change the kilograms into grams, remember in each kilogram you have 1,000 grams, you have to times it by 1,000. So boom, boom, boom. 3 jumps to the right. That gives us 500 grams. Okay, now they are both in gram. They're both in grams. So we can start cancelling. Let's do the old school, easy visual method. Divide that by 10, divide that by 10, divide that by 10, divide that by 10. And behold, we have finished the question. Fantastic. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so we have 75p and £1.50. Again, pence and pounds. Pounds being the bigger units. You can change bigger units into small units easily rather than the other way around. Okay, give me 1 second. I think one of the students is trying to ring. Resume recording. Okay, lovely. So you got £1.50 and 75p. So I'm going to change them both into pence. So 75 stays as 75. £1.50 becomes, now remember in each pound you have 100 pence. Okay, so you times it by 100. So that'll give you 150 pence. Now 75 and 150 is what we can cancel now. Okay. Right, let's go for it. So 75 and 150, the highest common factor is actually 75. So divide that by 75, divide that by 75. Don't worry if you don't know that. You can always divide it by 5, you can divide it by 25, you can divide it by whatever number you know will work and then do multiple cancellations. I'm going to do 1. Done. Okay, that's as many questions as I want to recap right now. And I want to move on to our next exercise. Hopefully that's going to be a good example for you in terms of the notes. Okay, folks, can you please indicate with your hands that we are happy with those 4 examples and that has given you the correct answers on your work and you're happy for me to move on? So about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands. Okay, Mani, are you happy with the work that we've done so far? Okay, Ayan, Ibrahim, guest as well, please. Sully, Aliza, can you put your thumb up, hands up, please, if you're happy for me to move on to the next chapter. Lisa's happy, mashallah, alhamdulillah. Ibrahim, our guest, young man, are you happy with our explanation? Are you ready for the next exercise?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mani's happy as well. That's lovely. Fantastic. Okay, so we're still recording, alhamdulillah. So this will be hopefully available for you guys to watch. Exercise 3, we're going to skip that one for now. That's not what I want to do for my next exercise for you guys is exercise 6. Yeah, okay, you know, that line is still there, that green line. Okay, right, folks, can I don't know who's put that. I'm just going to pause it for a second. Okay, so our next exercise is dividing by a ratio, exercise 6. So let's do a bit of snippy. Let's cut it out. Copy. I don't know whether you can see I'm doing that. I don't think you can. Copy. I'm actually selecting a tool Copying. Right, let's put that and put a page in. Okay, lovely. Okay, right.
You're not me.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we had one student who had this. Okay, lovely. Right, so we're going to be dividing £15 in the ratio of 2 to 1. Okay, let's have somebody like join in with us. Okay, let's have Mr. Okay, let's have Eliza. Eliza, unmute please, and let's get cracking with me on question number 1.
In
Okay, it says divide £15 in the ratio of 2 to 1. What does that mean? What do they want you to do? What are the steps, Eliza?
they want you to divide the 2 over 1.
How many steps are there in this question?
There are 4,
How many steps are there?
3.
3 steps. What's the first step that we have to do?
You have to plus the ratios
And
together.
what's the second step?
Then you have to divide the ratio by the
By step 1.
number that you have.
Yeah. And what's step 3?
And step 3 is you have to times it the ratio
Okay. By the answer to?
by the answer.
Answer step 2.
2. And so you have to do 2 plus 1, which is 3. Then you have to do 15 divided by 3, which is 5.
Okay, right. Lisa, you're a little bit ahead of me. Give me one moment. The student's ahead of the teacher. Give me a second. Lisa, you're too clever for me, girl. You're going to start opening your own YouTube channel and start teaching. Just give me a moment. Sir's a bit slow today. Let me catch up. Okay, Elisa, come on then. Step
Okay.
number 1, Elisa, nice and slowly. What's step number 1? Explain to the class what we're going to do right now.
You have to add the ratios together. So you add 2 plus 1, which is 3. And then in step 2, what you have to do is you have to divide the answer that you got from step 1, which was 3, and divide that by the number that you have. So in this question, it's going to be 15 divided by 3, which is £5. Then in step 3, you have to times the ratio by the answer to step 2. So you have to do 3 times 15, which is 2 over 1.
Okay, now remember 15 divided by 3 is £5. Okay, let me just make it a little bit more neater. It's a bit messy. Let me make it more neater. Okay, that's better. Remember the ratio, we have to multiply it by the ratio now. What was the ratio?
The ratio was 2 over 1.
So you have to do 5 times by 2, which is?
10.
And 5 times by 1, which is?
5.
Done. Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have £15 and you divide it in the ratio of 2 to 1, the one that gets 2 parts, he'll get £10 share, and the one who gets 1 part will get £5 share. Okay. That's basically what we've done. So them are the 3 steps. We have to first of all add. We are dividing, adding, and multiplying. So we are adding the ratio, we're dividing by that, and then we're multiplying the answer. Now let's have a look at a different way we can set it all up. So let's have Mr. Ibrahim. Ibrahim, guest please, can you jump in for question number 3?
Yep, okay.
So we're doing question number 3 together now. Let's move the page down a bit so we can, okay. So we're gonna do the question. Let me write it out. So divide, what did it say? Divide 125 in the ratio. What was the ratio again? 1 to 4. Okay, so that's the question, Ibrahim. Now, so let's try to do the question a bit more neater, a bit more clearer, and a bit more easier than what we just done there. That's basically breaking it all down step by step. Okay, so if I'm going to divide this, let's have a look. So what do we start with? So we say we're going to divide £125. We're going to divide it in the ratio. So what do we do with the ratio then? What do we do with this ratio? Do we add it? What do we do with it?
Yeah.
You have to
You have to
add You have to add the ratio. So what is 1 plus 4?
1 plus 4 is 5.
5. So you got, and then, so you got 125. We are dividing it by the ratio of 5. What's the
Yeah.
answer?
Is it wait. Okay, is it 25?
Well done. That's lovely, Ibrahim. So the answer is 25. So now we've divided it by the ratio. That's what they want us to do. So we add the ratio up, you divide by it, and then what's the last step that we have to do? Step 3?
Step 3. Step 3 was,
Step 3 is over here. Let's have a look.
okay, yeah. Step 3 is
Multiply the ratio
by
by the
the
answer to step 2. So here we go. So 25, you have to multiply it by, what was the ratio? 1 to 4.
1.
So what's 25 times by 1?
25 times by 1 equals 25.
And what's 25 times by 4?
25 times 4 is
So 25 times by 4 is?
100.
It's 100. Okay. Are we happy with that, Ibrahim?
yes.
Okay, so that's the second way. So that's another way of setting it out. So let's put it together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the original way I showed you at the top, and that's the second way. So the second way is much more compact. So £125 divided by the ratio added up, and then times it by the ratio, job's done. That's what they want us to do. So we have a division, an addition, and a multiplication. As long as you do whichever way is easier for you. Step 1, the top method or the bottom one. Okay, let's go through and then one more example before I let you guys loose on the questions. Let's add another page in. Okay, let's find another question. Okay, thank you for that, Ibrahim. You can put yourself back on mute now. Thank you. Okay,
Welcome.
right, let's choose another student and let's grab that. Copy. Paste. Whoops. Okay. What's happening there? Okay, I think my question got a bit drunk. Sideways. That's better. Okay, oops, slightly fuzzy. Okay, divide £20 in the ratio of 3 to 1. Let's have Mr. Idris jump in, please. Go. Your turn. The mic is yours.
So you do
Go on.
£20
Yeah,
divided by 3 plus 1.
I like the method. It looks very nice. Okay, what's the answer?
4,
So 20 divided by 4 is?
5.
Is 5. So that's just, it's as easy as that starting. You divide by the ratio. What do you do next? What's the last bit?
Then you do 20 divided, no, 5 times 3 and 5 times 1.
That's it. So you've done the division, you've done the addition, and the last bit is the multiplication. It's as simple as that. You can literally do the question in 1 and a bit lines. So 5 times by 3 is?
15 to 5.
15 to 5. And does that make sense? Is 15 3 times the size of 5? And the answer is? Yes. Fantastic. I think that's the simplest and the quickest way of doing the question. 20 divided by the ratio. So it's 20 divided by the ratio added together. 3 and 1 is 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Once you finish the dividing and the adding, then the last step is the timesing. Then you times by the ratio to see what each person gets. So that is basically £5 per part. So this person gets 3 parts, and that person gets 1 part. Okay, and that's it, done. Okay, so I think it's time for you guys to have a go at some questions, inshallah. Let's give you some questions to do. Okay, right, let's have a look. Where's the questions? Here they are. Okay, right. Okay, all right, let's have a look. Which questions should we give you guys to do? So let's have a look. 35 and okay. Okay, I'm gonna put some questions for you guys. Okay, now that's not exactly doing properly because that's better there. Copy. Okay, folks, this is the questions for the class. I'm going to pause the video now because you don't need to pause breaks. Okay, we're back to recording. Okay, the question that we just done over here, that was Mr. Ibrahim's question. Dividing 50 in the ratio of 64. 50 divided by 6 add 4 is 50 divided by 10 is 5. Then you times it by the ratio and you get 30 and 20, and fantastic, that's correct. Thank you for that, Ibrahim, I guess, for that contribution. And that was our little one-to-one together. Right, let's copy these questions out. So let's just copy these, bring them over here. Oops. Okay, what's happened? Okay, okay, copy. Okay, right, that's not working. Right, let's try again. Let's grab that. Let's copy that. Put it over here. Okay, fantastic. Okay, folks, right. I think at this time we'll pick one or two of you guys to do the questions with me. Right, so Idris, get yourself unmuted and ready to go through these three questions, one of the three questions I mean. So I'm just gonna put some little kind of dividers on. Okay, Mr. Idris, question number 8, please. So this is the end of our lesson today, end of our video as well. Let's give us a nice kind of send off, please. So question number 8, read it for us slowly. Remember, you explained to the whole class. Go.
Divide 35 pounds in the ratio 4:3. First thing you have to do is 35 divided by 4 add 3, which equals 7.
Yeah.
And then you do 35 divided by 7, which equals 5.
Beautiful. Keep
and
on
then
going.
you times it by the ratio.
Okay, times it by the ratio. Okay,
Which
what's that give us then finally?
20 to 15.
Fantastic. Everybody, please take note of that. Look how smooth that explanation was. Idris, thank you very much. If you were in my school, I'll give you 3 merits for that. So that's well done. Excellent explanation. So it's 35 divided by the ratio, add them up. Then you just times the answer by the ratio. It's done. Dividing, addition, and timesing. Dividing, addition, timesing. Okay. Question number 9, Mr. Hashim, our guest young man. Okay, you switch back on, please.
Okay, question number 9. Okay, you do 60 divided by 3 and 1, but then you add 3 and 1 equals 4, so 60 divided by 4. And 60 divided by 4 equals 15. And then you get your 15, and then you times 4. 15 times 4, 60.
Remember, you're doing 15 times by the ratio. The ratio is 3 and 1.
Yeah, 15 times 3 is 45. No, yeah. And
Yeah.
15 times 1 is 15, so 45 to 15.
Fantastically explained. Thank you very much for that, Hashim. Okay. Okay, let's have somebody else now for question number 11. Let's have Mr. Ayan. I don't think I've heard Ayan all day. Ayan Saab, let's go. Question number 10 is yours. It's got your name on it. Go.
Okay, so you do 45 divide 4 plus 5.
Okay, what's 4 plus 5?
9.
And what's 45 divided by 9?
5.
Beautiful. So far, you've done the division addition fantastically, beautifully. Okay, what's the ending part of this question?
You do times by 4 and then times by 5.
Okay, that's looking good. Okay, let's so what's 5 times by 4?
20.
20 minutes. And what's 5 times by 5?
25.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay, Ayan, thank you very much for your contribution today. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair for everybody who's took part today, mashallah. We have Mani, Hashim, Anam, Idris, Ibrahim, Ayan, Suli, Salia, Aliza, mashallah, and also our man Ibi R35. Okay, mashallah, I have absolutely enjoyed this lesson today. It has been fantastic. to be here with you guys on this learning experience today, and hopefully the video will help us as well. So I'm going to stop the video now. If you can actually stop the video, because we've got nothing more to do right now, and then I'm going to start